Ah! Ah!
We have awaited your arrival, messenger. You have made a long and perilous journey, but there is no time to rest. The army of Raymond is at our doorstep, and our supplies have dwindled. We have awaited your arrival. Tell us, what news do you bring from Akavir? Well done, soldier. Your mission is complete, and you have my thanks. Now we may rest. Long live the Akavir.
Greetings, Breton.
Seeing you. Well met.
How do you do?
I'm Gan Lusef, castle mage and healer. Actually, I'm not much of a healer. I can blow the meat off you, but I'm not much good at sticking it back on. This is my first posting after Arcane University. The Countess and Bird like my work well enough. Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kovat. Take care.
Edla Darkheart. If you want to be a marksman, I can train you. If you can breathe, I can teach you. One place is pretty much like another. Regner hates it, but Regner hates everything. Did you hear about Braden Lyrian? A vampire hunter named Reynold Draelis made his way into town, snuck into his house, and killed him. I can show you some new things. Pay attention and you can learn a lot. I can show you some new things. Good that you want to get better. Farewell.
Yes? What can I interest you in? That's more than I'd... That's a fair... That seems a fair... A fine transaction. A fine transaction. Thank you. Come again. Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kavach, aren't you? Let me take a look at what you've got. Can I interest you in some of my wares? Tell your friends about me. Farewell.
I hope you bring good news. Have you recovered the Madstone? I never thought it possible. I mean, I had hoped. But to actually hold it in my hands. Oh, it's more beautiful than I imagined it. Congratulations. I had a feeling you were the right person for the job. And it seems I owe you a reward. This Akaviri ring was found with the messenger's diary. It awards the wearer with increased agility and resistance to harmful magic. It's known as the Ring of the Viper Eye. I hope it serves you well in your future journeys. With the information you have given me about Pale Pass, it could take scholars many years to amend the history books. The Madstone is finally mine. It's the pinnacle of my collection. Many thanks to you again. They say Eleanor on Somerset Isle is more beautiful. I've never been. For the present, I must count the Imperial City the most glorious in Tamriel. I don't trust you enough to talk about that. May luck be always on your side.
It's you. Hi.
Coin for an old beggar.
Hello.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Reynold Draelus, will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information. Yes? How nice. It's just what I want. How nice. It's just what I wanted. Every little bit helps. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you, so you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carriers, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carriers that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be, Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Oh, you're back. Sorry, I have a lot of work to do. Oh,
Hello.
You're back. Excuse me.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead, please. I was at Olaf's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer named Raynald Draelus. After a round or two, he told me he was an honest-to-goodness vampire hunter. Take care.
How are you?
Hello.
Oh, Hello. it's you.
Any news?
I was at Olaf's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer named Raynald Draelus. After a run... I'm really tired. Can we get on with this? He's been around forever. Must be 300 years or more since he took charge. I'm not sure he's even human.
You get
Shadow
any
hide
closer?
you. What can I do for you today? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynald killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. The Countess is Heartland Nibenian, and so are most guildsmen and chapelmen, but most others are as Nordish as you'll find. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. I've heard Edla Darkheart was once an assassin. All right. Oh, that's... Well, isn't that... How nice. See, was that hard? I usually don't give out that kind of... Go ahead. See, what... For me? Thanks. Raynald's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Hello.
Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel?
I have no time for your pathetic attempts at small talk. Now, walk away before I get nasty.
Hello. I'm Olga. I'm a bard and a speechcraft trainer. Hanmund is my live-in partner. No offense, but I don't want to hear about any Mara Mother Mild and Chapel family business. Hanmund and I lived together in the old Nord way. Good enough for my fa and ma, and good enough for me. Hafid Hollowlake says that Gerald View has been doing good business. Bruma's a funny place, half Cyrodiil and half Skyrim. I'm Old Nord all the way. I keep the old songs and stories alive. Farewell.
Hello. Hello. I've heard Edla Dark Heart was once an assassin. I'm not surprised with the way she handles a bow. Take care.
May the wind be on your back.
Is it true that Arentus Falvius will teach people conjuration?
It seems an odd skill for a priest.
Is that so? I was
Good
at
to
Olav's
see you.
earlier. Heard
I
any
ran into
news
this
from the other
Dunmer
provinces? Rainiel Dreles.
Nothing I'd like to talk.
What can I do for you today? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynal told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything
Sarek
else.
is a good healer. He's a red guard.
Hi there.
Oh, you're back. So, any new revelations in your, investigation? I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting to help Erlene by checking up on Raynal. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Raynal is what he says he is. So I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. I am only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Erlene is so distraught. I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynal has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynal is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. How do you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Geliborn was killed by Raynal not too long ago. Geliborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Geliborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Hello. Do you have any more questions? I'm afraid I know little more. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
What is it? Oh, hello. I've much to tell you. Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynil was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynil doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Raynil will answer for Braden's death. Raynil will pay for both crimes. Gelliborn was likely another innocent he's slain. I'll make sure Skingrad City Watch hears of this. I can't wait to get my hands on Raynil. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully. Please hurry.
How are you?
Raynil may...
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here, but then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom. Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck. Do die! Do your worst.
Evening.
I was praying for your swift return. What news do you bring? Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word. Brother. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this any more. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand. Justice has been done.
It's you. Hi.
Where did you go? Come out when I can see you.
I better cut down on the ale. Starting to see things, I am.
Die, cur!
Who's there?
That's the best you can do. I'm just warning you. This is the part where you fall down. I thought mud crabs more fearsome than you. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Do your worst.
Yes? Be seeing you.
Well met.
Still no news out of Elswell since everybody vanished.
Morning.
Strange.
Go ahead, please. When you visit a way shrine of Zenithar and you've lived a good life by the 9, you may receive a blessing of luck.
Are
Good
you
day.
sure?
While the Saxons
Sure.
are war.
I assume you've dealt with Raylan appropriately. I realize it's in poor taste to celebrate anyone's demise, but Raylan was evil through and through. You've done the right thing. I believe we had a contract. Here's my part. Thank you for saving my business. I won't forget it.
What do you want? The prettiest town in Cyrodiil? Don't know. But the ugliest is Bravil. Shabby, tumble-down shacks. They're big shacks, though. Be seeing you.
Yes. Go ahead, please. Way shrines of Arche confer blessings of health on those who've pleased the 9 by righteous acts. Farewell.
How goes it?
Oh, it's you.
Heard any news lately?
Still...
Reading the good books lately? I've been trying to finish a brief history of the Empire. It's a lot to take in. Not my favorite work, but many enjoy it. Take care. All is free. What do you want?